Hello, and welcome back to Finance Speaks. I'm your host, Kyle Sadler, president of Precept Wealth Management and best-selling author of I'm Retired, Now What? I want to first thank you for checking out this video. Our goal daily is to strive in educating our clients and assisting them with all of their financial concerns. Next, our video today is covering a topic that, well, I'm unfortunately a witness to the constant attack of scammers. We may never be able to stop them, but education will help us lessen the risk of being scammed. Everyone has heard of frauds that have happened via email, phone, and social media, and everyone says, oh, that will never happen to me. Falling victim is easier than you think. So we want to put together this information so that you can recognize signs of potential scams. And in this case, the timeshare scam. Scammers live their life figuring out ways and how to perfect their scams. The details may not be exactly the same, but the outcome is the loss of your money. So before we go any further, always remember, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. From what I've heard from victims, it always starts the same way. Out of the blue, a phone call from an unrecognized phone number comes in. And if that call is not answered, they will continually call until there is an answer. Finally, you give in, answer, and then the pitch. They want to buy your timeshare. They want to buy some of your weeks of your timeshare. They represent an investor that wants to buy your timeshare. The reasons can be limitless. They know all about your timeshare from their research. They create small talk to find out about you. Heck, from everyone I've spoken to, even though you've never asked, they then will tell you freely about themselves and their family. Where did this come from? How did we get off track from their pitch? What does this have to do with your timeshare? Everything. It is part of their pitch. They want to personalize the experience so that you will trust them. They want to get you hooked. To further embed the hook, they may begin telling you that they don't need any money to get this process started. But my Magic 8 Ball says different. What is a scam if money is not involved? But let's not peek at the Magic 8 Ball. Let's see how this plays out. Once they get you to sign the contract, they then come up with a reason. You need to deposit money with the transfer agent, and you send a small amount for any paperwork that needs to be done in Mexico or wherever their investor is or wherever your timeshare is located. But don't worry, you're going to get that money back. Yeah, right. Well, now, the hook has been taken. Let's see how much deeper it can go. Come to find out, those small amounts are just not enough. A new complication comes up. But oh, don't worry, you'll get compensated in the end. These statements continue to happen so that you will send more and more until you're out of money. You're so invested already that you're going to get all this money back once the deal is complete, so you find alternate sources such as a loan. It always will be just one more. Oh, this is the last one. Trust me, this is how it goes sometimes. Trust you? I don't even know you. This scam is actually called the advance fee scam. In this example, we used it for timeshares, but is also very common on Craigslist with buyers. You see, the advance fee starts as a promise for repayment and then elevates because they are in such a financial commitment with the victim that the victim feels that the only way to get their money back is to see it to the finish. As I stated in the beginning, this was a timeshare and the clients were called, but on this scam can be used on anything that is being sold. So What can you do to protect yourself? First off, don't answer the phone from numbers you don't know. Okay, I'm only kidding on that one. Well, kinda. A lot of people live by the motto, if it's important, they will leave a message. Generally, these scammers will not leave a message, but will keep calling you over and over and over. Is there a limit on the phone calls? No. This is very common in emails. Your options here are to block the telephone number or email, answer the phone, or do a Google search on the phone number. Google is a great resource for researching phone numbers, especially those known for scams. It's really simple too. Put the number in the Google search bar and hit enter, and just wait to see what comes up. You may discover results with that number, including stories of scams, complaints, companies, etc. You can now verify that this isn't someone that you want to speak to for sure and block that number. However, technology continues to advance and scammers become more sophisticated, so don't just rely on this. Currently, the latest tactic by scammers and marketing groups is called masking telephone numbers. What is masking numbers, you ask? This is a live number that actually belongs to someone other than the scammer. What they do with their computer is trick your phone and your phone carrier into thinking that that call is coming from that specific number, usually in the same area code as where you live. Technology can be our friend and our enemy. This next step to protect yourself is to determine if this is a potential scam. If you have the company's name, Google it. This is how I've been able to uncover scammers in the past. But again, don't think this is the solution for discovery because they are constantly perfecting their scam. I'm not going to use a real company's name that we've had in the past, but I'm going to use the example Joe Schmo with ABC Realty in Arkansas. Okay, perfect. Google ABC Realty Arkansas. I can confidently assure you that there is a website for them because the scam has to look legit. Now, you see an address for ABC Realty. That has to be real, right? Wrong. Now, Google the address. Find the property manager or owner of the property and give them a call. What you're going to do is ask them a very simple question. Does ABC Realty lease out suite 123? No? Well, maybe I have the wrong suite. Could you tell me what suite they're in? Oh, they don't have a lease there. See, basically, scammers find an office building, input that address just to make it look legit. So do your own legwork. Here's another step to take in your research. Go back to those results from ABC Realty's website, pick a good paragraph from their webpage, and then drop that paragraph in Google. I can confidently assure you that it will come up with an exact same wording as another realty page, and that most likely doesn't exist either. See, what they do is they change the names of their web pages, and whenever they're calling people, they change the names of their companies. This will add them legitimacy, but also make it where they can do this scam all around the world. In one example, I found 154 websites that had the exact same wording from the paragraph, and it was worldwide. So they were calling people in Australia doing the same scam down in Australia. So that's the way that I found it. There can be many ways of protecting yourself from a scam, such as I've discussed. However, there are two core factors to live by. One, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Our parents tried to teach us when we were kids not to take candy from strangers. Why? Second, always perform a due diligence on anything you do in life. In a day and age of technology, research should be done on everything. Okay, now that we have discovered it's a scam, what do we do? Honestly, there are so many scams, just reporting to authorities will not yield anything. However, report it to your friends, report it in a blog post. Let the world know, hey, this almost or this did happen to me. Don't share your mind with the scammer or even be responsive. Don't call them back and say, I know that you're a scammer. Let it go. They're not going to change and you're not going to get closure. You will be very disappointed by the results of this action. Next, know that you've been marked. If you've ever spoken with them and listened to their spiel, you're now put on a warm list. Scammers share information and will mark you as a potential because they know how to get to you. Here's an example. Think of the Prince of Nigeria scam. All of us are pretty aware of this one, and you probably laugh because everyone knows about this, but here's what actually happens and why you still get emails today, even though the originators were arrested a few years back. First, by you responding, you just identified that they sent an email to an active email account. Think about that next time you set up your auto reply that you're out of the office. Second, you've been identified that you are interactive and potentially gullible because you opened the email, you read it, and then you responded. Third, you now become a challenge to them. So what do? Block the phone number and stop answering calls, emails, etc. from people you don't know. Don't talk to strangers. What did Mama always tell you? That person that's trying to sell you that winning lottery ticket in the parking lot with that sad story is just trying to win the lottery themselves. That is, take your money. You see, all of these are international scammers who know what they're doing. Their job, their singular focus is to come up with ways to steal your money. All they do all day long is sit around and figure out ways to do this. They have the upper hand because I assure you that you don't spend your days trying to figure out how to outsmart a scammer. They cover their tracks well and try to make the whole thing look and seem as real as possible. They learn from their mistakes and make changes to correct them. Following these steps can help. They're not going to prevent the scam, but they will help you and save you a lot of trouble and money. I appreciate your time and hope that we have been helpful in providing you financial direction. Please don't forget to visit us at www.preceptwm.com for more information and guidance. We invite you to check out our other videos by subscribing to our channel. Please don't forget to like and share us on your socials. If you should have any questions or concerns about this video or other videos we have produced, or about the services we offer, please feel free to contact us. For Financial Speaks, I'm Kyle Sadler, headed out until next time. Thank you so much, and we hope that you have a blessed and stupendous day.